Okay, so we are live. Hopefully, tell me please in the chat if you hear me, see me properly. We are gonna play another tournament today. Hopefully, it's gonna be entertaining and instructive for you at the same time. So it's gonna be 3+2 time control, the Olympic esports series, and well, it's a very interesting tournament because there are so many uh, grandmasters, top grandmasters playing there. So it's gonna be very fascinating. I'm gonna try my best. Of course, it's gonna be tough for me, but yeah, I'm very excited to play it. And hopefully, it's also would be very exciting for you, and you could learn a lot out of this tournament. Like the whole decision-making process that I'm going through in my games, and how do I take those decisions? How do I decide which pieces to develop, where to develop it, what is the plan after the opening, how to play for a win, and so on. So yeah, seems like everything is working. Let me just open up the comments so that I could see the chat. Yeah, now I see the chat. Hopefully it's gonna be updated too. Thank you very much, Konstantin, for your comment, for your support. And there is just one tournament, just 1 minute till the tournament starts. So yeah, 30 seconds and we are going on. There are a lot of grandmasters here. Amanta Betabey, not sure who is. Matthias Bluebaum from Germany, also very strong. Parham Maksudlu, the world chess champion under 20 years. Alexander Bortnik, another world chess champion under, I believe, 18 years back at the time. And many more very strong grandmasters, so it's gonna be a very tough one. Yes, it's awesome. Yeah, I definitely agree. Okay, and now we are playing against a very strong grandmaster, Hrant Sargsyan. Hopefully you see the game. So d4, knight f6, knight f3, and c5. Yeah, I don't really like when people are so aggressive from the very beginning. No, g6. Yeah, it's a very clever setup. It's difficult for me to figure out how to react. Because normally if they play c5 at this point, I'm just taking the pawn. Now I can't do that anymore. And yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I'm supposed to play c4, knight c3. Okay, now we have the Benoni. Now I know something about it. The knight is going to c4. Although I played it last time and somehow didn't work out well for me. Now knight is going to a3. d5, I can still take it, right? So I want to play f4. Do that. I want to first of all play h3, but now they go knight h5. I'm not sure if I have f4 there. Okay. Why can I play f4 here? What's the problem? I don't see any move for the knight. I mean, that's a very typical idea. Maybe he wants to sacrifice. But I mean, okay, b5 still. Wait, but here I'm attacking the f6 pawn. The f6 knight. Takes, 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 takes. And now I'm a knight up. I just need to figure out a way not to lose one of the knights here. If he plays b4, I have knight c4. That's a very, very good thing. But I can start with bishop f4, by the way. That's a developing move and a move with a tempo. Okay, he's sacrificing more stuff here. That's amazing. It's actually very amazing. He's playing so fast too. I have knight e4 and then attacking the d6 pawn. He takes, I take back with the pawn, because if I take, bishop takes, and bishop is a monster there. Let me play knight e4. Because if he exchanges, the more pieces are going off the board, better for me, although he's gonna have this monster anyway. Maybe I should even take with the rook, but then I'm not winning the d6 pawn. Not sure what to do. And also I'm just stepping away from this fork, which is great. Wow, those top grandmasters are so tough. Okay, if I take now and play g4, sacrificing so much. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, maybe queen h4 and I'm getting checkmated somehow. Takes, queen h4. Yeah, that does feel scary. Okay. But if I play rook f3 there, check. I mean, I have my knight on e4. Let's go for it. I also need to play fast. Ah, okay, just takes. I can't take there, so I have to take here. There is knight g3 though. But I mean, I still have so much more material. Now I have to defend the pawn on b2. I guess that's important. So queen to c2, defending the bishop and the pawn on b2. I just want to play rook f2. It doesn't take. If he takes, I play rook f1 back. But then queen h4 or queen h4 immediately. Well, I have bishop g2. It should stabilize the position somehow. Maybe not. Maybe not. Does it make sense to play e3? Somehow connect my... Yeah, I guess e3 is a clever move because bishop can go to f4 afterwards. So maybe I have king h2 here. Hopefully. I mean, that's so scary. I have to be fast. Yeah, he just goes back. I have to deal with the g3 square, so maybe queen to d3. Check, I just have king h1. Takes, I hope that I can take here. Ah, now bishop e5. So, the only thing, I don't need to blunder a checkmate. Maybe he has c4 now, queen f3, and I'm threatening checkmate into. That should be good. Should be good, because I need to control, absolutely need to control this square. Otherwise, I'm gonna be checkmated. Yeah, so queen f3. f5. Yeah, he goes this way too. Takes, rook takes, pawn takes g6. It's gonna be a checkmate. I don't believe it's not a checkmate, so let me take. Ah, maybe he can take and go rook b8 back. Yeah, that's something I missed. I don't have a checkmate there. Yeah, I don't have a checkmate. Or just queen e7. Yeah. Hoped I have a checkmate, but I don't. Okay, I need to win this pawn. Maybe I take and... Or just queen g4 immediately. Queen g4 seems good. I mean... Ah, no, I'm not threatening. Or maybe I do. Rook b1, I have bishop f1. Wow. Okay, now I can take there. And take on c4. Hopefully not blunder the checkmate. I'm 2 extra pawns, but it's all about this powerful idea. How do I control all of the squares? Queen e4. Okay, I have to exchange the queens. But how do I do that? Queen f5. Now rook g8. f4. Threatening. Checkmating ideas. I have to exchange the rooks. Without the rooks, it would be simpler. Because I have a lot of checks. But f8, queen g6. Hopefully I can play rook g1. Wow, it's crazy. There is +2 seconds increments. That's much better than +1. Okay, check. There is bishop h2. Oh no, I can't go back with the queen because of bishop hanging there. Can I play for a win somehow? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But I mean, draw is also good. G4. Okay, wants to checkmate me. But hopefully it's not possible. Hopefully it's not. Wow. G6. Yes, bishop G7. Go first a draw. I don't know. He makes a move, probably I can still accept the draw, right? Okay, king takes. Now I'm not afraid, but it's not possible for me to play for a win because... Yeah, because it's opposite colors bishops. Wow, that was just an amazing game. Absolutely amazing. Me offer a draw. Yeah, so I had an extra piece there. He declined the draw. Okay. But yeah, there were so many checkmating ideas. Let me know in the comments what you think about this game, because I thought I'm gonna had a heart attack. It was so aggressive from him, from his side, from the very beginning of the game. I guess he hoped just to checkmate me at some point. Let me update the comments. Okay, no comments yet. So let me, I see here that I have 92.2% accuracy and he has 92.0. Let me see if there are still some games going on. Hopefully there are, because otherwise I already have to play the next game. Yeah, they're still playing. G3 is a mistake. What are you supposed to play? C4. Yeah, I mean, I guess this setup is also possible. Now we have the normal Benoni defense, and I want to play f4. Okay, f4 is kind of winning here, but knight f4 is a mistake. And apparently bishop f4 is also not great. What's the best move here? e4. E4. He plays b4, I have knight c4. And if he plays knight h5, what do? I play g4. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Very good game. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess the next game is starting soon, so I'm not in time to analyze this game properly. Just curious. Yeah, g4 is a blunder. So instead, I could have played rook takes f5. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but still, g3 is hanging. Yeah, and here it's already better for black somehow a little bit. Bishop g2 is a brilliant move. Okay. Brilliant move is always good to make. That's everything is pretty much correct. Yeah, but it's just better for black here. Amazing stuff. Now it's better for white. Here I have... Wait a second. I wanted to play rook f7. That was my idea. Somehow here I forgot because I was concentrating on eliminating this pawn. Because otherwise I thought it's gonna go to c3 and then it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So, but rook f7... rook f7, there is also rook b1 problem, bishop f1. I mean, that's not that simple, but according to the engine, it's almost +2 for me. Now it's a draw. It's a draw, but it was also scary in terms of some checkmating ideas, but seems like there is no checkmate. Okay, a draw against a very, very, very strong grandmasters. Grandmaster, that's great. A very good start of the tournament. Oops, sorry for that. Hopefully you see and hear me clearly. Otherwise, feel free to ask the questions in the comments, and in the break, I'm gonna answer it. All of the leaders seem to win the game, apart from Grant Sargisyan. I guess he's around like 2650 Grandmaster or something like that. So a very, very strong one. So a draw is a decent result. Now we are gonna have black pieces. Why is round not starting? Because there is still this last game. Bishop and rook against bishop, rook, and pawn, but once again it's opposite colors bishops, so literally impossible to win, but in a blitz game everything is possible when there are just a few seconds. Wow, yeah, that was a lot of stress for me. Right in the beginning, but I guess I coped with it pretty good. I mean, I had a few chances to win the game, but it wasn't that obvious at all. It was very difficult to find, especially in a blitz game. King to d3. Now white is kind of playing for a win, but unfortunately g1 square is not available for white. Okay, the white's player is much more higher rated, although black's player is a grandmaster, so he is stronger in the classical time control, I suppose, but in blitz doesn't matter that much. You get through the stress, you play better. Yeah, that's definitely true. And by the way, not only for blitz, but for classical chess as well. My entire life, if I somehow uh, manage to cope with the stress, I'm playing like 200, minimum 200 kilo rating points more than normally. But it's so difficult. I don't know. Somehow I get stressful. Especially if you play against some tough or famous grandmasters, you are thinking that, okay, that's your chance, but somehow it's very stressful. If you know some ways to cope with the stress, feel free to share it with me because I would be very thankful. D3 at some point might come with a check, the discover check, and then the pawn is going to D2. Both players are having a lot of time. Now D3, yeah, King D6. So I suppose white is just playing for a win, ignoring this pawn altogether, but at some point it might be, I mean, now D1 is a huge threat. King to C8. Yeah, but I mean, you can never give a checkmate. The king should be there. And you also always need to keep an eye on the pawn, so I'm not sure what white wants to do. Bishop a4, now controlling the square with a bishop, but there is rook h1, right? Now you can give checks from this side and also threaten to promote. Okay, this game is somehow incredibly long, but they played d3, d2, so there are new 50 moves. I mean, you know that to achieve the draw, there should be 50 moves without taking any pawns, moving any pawns. But now there are still like 30 moves left, I feel. Now black is winning, I mean, playing for a win. The position is still a draw, but trying to win, but it's never possible because both of the pieces are controlling the d1 square. Yeah, hopefully the next game is not gonna be that stressful. I need to play faster. I need to leave like 2 minutes for me towards the end of the game, so there is no time pressure, and then it's all gonna be fine. Always are trying to find this balance between playing fast and making good moves. Okay, now we are finally over with it. So let's go with round number 2. Wow, 2800 rated player. I was hoping for somebody not that strong. He's international master, but he's very, very strong in the blitz games. So that's difficulty. I'm playing my d6, e5 stuff. Knight d7 because it allows me to play very, very fast and save some time because I have played it multiple times. Castle c6. At some point e4 might come. b4. Let's play 4. I mean, if they attack on the side, you should normally answer in the center. But he has c5 there in the end of the day. b5, okay. Yeah, so e4 is horribly weak if I take on c4. Can play knight b6 and try to bring the knight to c4 and attack the pawn. Seems like a good thing to do because the knight on c4 is pretty much untouchable. Although there might be some sacrifices. I've missed that. Takes, wait, I can take here actually. I like it. Because if I take, he plays c5, or if he takes, it's the same, but if he plays c5, then I'm more passive. So let me just take it. Because now the c file is opened, I could bring the rook there. If he doesn't take, I'm just taking it for free. Yeah, rook b1 to be natural. Queen to d7. Protect the bishop. Maybe now this rook is coming to c8. I'm not sure which rook I'm supposed to put. I guess the f rook, because the second one might come to b8. Okay. Although e8 might be a good square, although he's gonna play e3 probably. So let me bring this one. 5. Now knight e3 is kind of a threat. Destroying his pawn structure completely. That's simple to deal with it. Knight e3, it's a fork. You must take. Maybe queen b3, but I'm taking the rook. It takes, I take here. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's not such a big deal for him, but I don't know. The second rook comes, bishop to a6. Potentially very strong bishop, rook to c2. Maybe bishop h3. Annoying, but queen has some squares. Okay. Let me double. b2. I want to somehow sacrifice here and then bishop takes d4. But to do that, my queen has to be on a4. And then knight 95 is a problem. How do I do that? Maybe I play rook h3 and second rook. I play bishop a6 for now because... Oh no, bishop h3, just win an exchange. Oh my god. Completely missed that. I have seen it immediately as I have made my bishop a6 move. And I saw the bishop h3 move earlier, but still missed it. Okay, I guess I have some compensation because he has some weaknesses. I have two bishops, although this bishop is pretty passive. I need to at least relocate it somewhere to b6, where it's gonna block the p file. Let me try to do that. Although I'm weakening the f7 pawn somewhat, but it's so difficult to somehow attack it. Queen e1, queen. I can take it. He wants to play queen b4, I guess. To b4. Maybe bishop c4, protecting it. Then queen might go to a6. And maybe bishop a5. a5. Now he wants to play rook b8, I guess. Can play rook or rook b7. Can play g5, but it's very, very risky. Although, I know that the e2 pawn is not hanging at all. It's a problem. Let me play king h7. He plays rook b8, I have takes and g5. Yeah, that is why. Maybe I should have played that immediately. Because now the h file is going to be opened. Although with my rook on c6, I have chances to protect it. Okay, now I have bishop to c3, and then maybe bishop to takes c2 if he goes somewhere like b7. Okay, have to play faster. Rook c2. Don't really have a good follow-up after rook c2. Yeah. Don't have a move. The problem. Queen is coming. It's very unfortunate. b8. c7. Maybe I can just take on f4 and play bishop takes e2. I have to create some counterplay, otherwise I'm gonna just lose because of checkmate. Takes. Now bishop f3, rook g6. That is something. Queen d3 also. Okay, he wants to checkmate me. Oops. Rook c6 is a bad idea. He has queen f5. Just hoping that I'm gonna give... Ah, no. It's a checkmate. I don't have anything. No, bishop takes. Wait a second. I know. g4. Yeah, I just don't have any time. I don't know if there is any way to stop the checkmate. Can just take with the queen. Crazy. King f5, king h4. Ah, no. Queen h3 is there. Can I play? No, g5. Ah, there is queen h3, unfortunately. Now just an extra rook. Oh no. Yeah, now I'm completely lost. g2. Queen g2 I missed. Yeah, I can do anything. Now he's moving the king. Okay. Yeah, that was also a very, very fascinating game. But somehow this maneuver with queen to h1, queen to h3, and then h5 was so unfortunate. That was a crazy game. Sacrifice the rook. If in the war, if you're okay with you get killed, you lose the fears. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with losing the games. I'm not losing anything significant. It's not a real tournament, but still somehow it's not possible to deal with the stress that easily. Bishop a6 immediately. Yeah, it's like -2 here, a huge advantage for black. And it felt like a good position. Knight e3 is actually a mistake because It's giving him chances. I should have just played... Ah, bishop g5, just attacking, because if you play e3, I have knight takes. Now winning a pawn. Now it's much better. And otherwise, I'm attacking this knight. I want just to take it. But there is still bishop h3, but I have f5 suddenly. Yeah, bishop h3 was there the whole time. I have completely missed it. Ah, no, now I took with rook, and actually I have dealt with this problem. But now rook c8 is a blunder, bishop h3 is coming. Wait, there are still games, because I'm always, after last tournament, I always now afraid of not starting my game in time. Yeah, now every move is a blunder because of this bishop h3 thing, so I should do something about either bishop g5 or just rook somewhere. Then it's fine. And even without an exchange, I somehow managed to create some initiative. Here. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately after rook c2 I don't have any follow-up. Thank you very much. You like my streams? Sacrifice your rook on f4, I'm not sure. Ah, you mean here? Somewhere here. Yeah, but I don't think it could be enough. Oh no, I'm already playing another game. Yeah, that's what's happening. Somehow I don't get the sound, and then I miss the start of the game. So I have 20 seconds less, but it's much better than otherwise. I have c4 or c3. Let's try c4. Takes knight h3. Takes, and somehow they play bishop b2. Not sure what is the theoretical line here, but somehow I'm supposed to play c4, d5. Just don't know how to make it possible, because if I play c4, he takes. Somehow d5 should be the first move, but it's hanging there. Queen d3 is bad, queen d2 is bad. Don't have a good move for my queen. Queen b3 is bad. Where should the queen go? I can play e3 and c4. That might be the way. At least just to make sure that the pawn's structure is very stable here. Don't drink coffee, drink green tea. I don't drink coffee at all. Somehow I don't like it. Tea is fine. Or now d5 is on my agenda. You can play knight e4, but just rook b1 defending it, or maybe even queen c2. Then d5 is coming. Takes. Yeah, that may be smart, because I would prefer just to play d5 without. I take with a knight. Bishop d7 though. Okay, now I can finally play d5. My bishop is very powerful here. Okay, let's see if our pawn is weak. Let me play rook c1. I need to unpin my queen, so that I have knight e5, knight e4, maybe queen d2, because I'm also protect. No, there is knight e4. I mean, it's not that bad because I have queen e2 or queen c2, but yeah, maybe rook e1 first would have been better, because I'm basically losing the tempo now. Yeah, I'm also allowing him to exchange that easily. Okay, where should the queen go? To c2? Because bishop f5. I have takes, knight takes g3. I have queen b2. Yeah, it seems to work. Seems to work. Let's try to provoke him for bishop f5. Hopefully I'm not blundering anything. And otherwise, well, exchange is fine because my queen is thrown along this diagonal. And potentially going to d4 also, where it's basically controlling everything. Very good square for the queen. And I also want to play rook e1, of course. And still knight e5 is on the agenda. It's attacking the bishop and the knight. And if he plays bishop f5, I have g4. So knight e5 is a threat. I actually like my position so far. Yeah, knight d6. Okay, I have here's a problem, but I can play queen d4 with the tempo. Defending and attacking. Also, knight e5 was also great. Maybe I should have played knight e5, because now he takes, and I no longer have the knight. h4, h5 is interesting. I mean, my only weakness is this pawn, but in worst case scenario, I'll always have bishop to e2. 5. I mean, now bishop g4 is a bit annoying. For example, here I can still play bishop g4, or no, c4 is protected. What's the problem? I have to speed up a little bit because I have only 1 minute. Oof, somehow it's still very, very nervous. When did you start playing chess? I started when I was 6 years old. 19 years ago, because in 10 days, 1st of May, I'm gonna turn 25. Okay, bishop to g4, takes. If he plays f6, just step back. Still, the spin is very, very annoying. And e7 pawn is also weak. But my c4 pawn, weak too. It's not simple. Also, after takes f6, I don't really have a good move. Wow! What? So knight was hanging. Wow. I haven't seen that. He played queen d6 and attacked the knight, and I didn't see it. I could have just taken queen or played something. Okay, maybe I have some initiative here. Takes. Yeah, I can't even play rook e4 at some point because my rook is hanging. I have to take. At least after knight takes, I have queen g4 check. Go for checkmate. Yeah, that's my only chance. Now I have rook to e4. Rook h4 is a threat, I guess. He can play queen g6 or queen f6. Check. Doesn't give me anything, so let me play queen h5. Wow, I have 22 seconds. Have to speed up. Could have taken, but without a knight, it's difficult. "20 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to create some threads here. Check. Probably winning a pawn. Takes. All of my pieces are very stable, and I have this passer. c4 pawn is also protected. I go there, he has queen to b2. Okay, let's take a risk. I have rook f1. Seems like everything is protected. I want to get back to creating threats somehow. d7. Maybe queen h3 now. g4. 5. e4. Checkmate. Wow. I have finally managed to trick him. That's crazy. Yeah, even if you are a knight down, you still have some chances to win the game. Okay, let me analyze which round is it. I have it's round number 3, so we have still one more before the break. Let me finish analyzing the last game, and then I'm gonna analyze this one. So he played here rook a2, which is a mistake. Now I have a better position, but I should have played queen takes. Ah, yeah, because it's threatening to take the rook. It's very, very dangerous. And otherwise, the rook is coming to g6 with a check. So I'm gonna have something like queen a1. So let's see. The computer says white must take here on c4. Otherwise, white is completely lost immediately. Yeah, then I should have, of course, if I would have seen queen a4, I would have done it. But somehow I was focusing on the e2 pawn. I thought that it's great for me to bring the bishop. I didn't see this move h5. It doesn't allow me to connect my rook, and then these threats are too dangerous. Also some checkmating ideas. Good, very good. Yeah, thank you very much. And after rook takes, of course, well, it's clear that I'm creating a lot of threats here. Also, king f2 is pretty solid. But I mean, I'm not material down anymore, so this position is fine. I played bishop takes, and now it's immediately completely winning. Wait, what? I had bishop f1 check here. Oh my god. Just winning the queen in one move. So h5 wasn't strong. h5 was a blunder. And I played bishop f3. Didn't see bishop f1 check. I had 21 seconds at this point, so it was pretty possible to find just one move. I mean, the pieces are looking into this direction along this diagonal. Somehow I was so concentrated on bishop f3 that I completely missed bishop f1. Just the existence of this move. If you see it, you make it immediately, but I didn't see it. Okay, still have some time. Yeah, and afterwards I'm just completely lost immediately. So that was the last chance here. But I mean, just an extra queen in one move. In one move. Crazy, crazy. Yeah. Feel free to ask some comments. Sorry, some questions in the comments. Let's briefly take a look at this game. So there are still some games going on. Yeah, so we have a little bit of time. Yeah, but this bishop f1, that was crazy. It was so crazy. Could have just won the game. d5, yeah, and I'm having here an advantage. Queen d2. Yeah, like I said, just rook a1, not allowing this knight e4 queen at all, and then queen is coming. It was unfortunate. Queen d4 is also a mistake. c5. Wow, haven't seen c5. Somehow it felt like the pawns are going to be very weak. Knight e4, I have queen d4. Or knight e5. Yeah, knight e5, of course. Okay. And here he exchanged, and then yeah, without the knight it's difficult. And of course bishop g4 is just blundering the knight in one move. But still, I've managed to create some threats, and in blitz games it's the same. The only important thing is to create the threats. Like in the first round, my opponent created a lot of threats, and at some point there was a rook up, but it didn't matter that much as long as he was creating the threats. Okay. Still, we have time. Yeah, so up to this point it was equal, but I mean it's already great that it's equal because I'm a knight down, but I have some initiative. And he finally blundered the checkmate. So if you create a lot of threats, at some point your opponent will miss something, especially in the blitz game. So let's take a look at this last game. Rook against rook. Yeah, now it's over. Another strong opponent. Somehow this tournament is very tough. Oops. e46. Let's see if he plays. Yeah, now we have the Philidor. Good. f3. Not a big fan of this move. Bishop e7 because now white has a very solid pawn structure. Not sure how to deal with it. Two. goes long castles. Gonna take and play b5. It's not much, but I have to create some counterplay. He's gonna play g4, g5. So that's the question, how do I continue? Knight c5, knight b6. Knight b6 seems to be strong because I'm threatening. Maybe now he wants to short castle and just play positionally. Knight b6 is also threatening to take. Maybe not threatening, I'm not sure. So he's offering me to play the knight c4 move. He's gonna take it. He claims that he doesn't need this light squares bishop at all. I also have b4, then the knight should go somewhere back. b4, a5, bishop a6. Yeah, I like it. Because the main problem in this opening for black is not is being too passive, so I have to create some initiative. I have to go forwards. Maybe one. It's a little bit weird. Maybe he wants to play a3 and claims that my pawn is very weak. Yes, I have the move knight bishop to a6, hopefully, because after the exchange, knight c4 is a threat. Rook c1 is possible, of course. How do I continue? I might play queen d7, queen b5 now that my rook is protecting the knight, but after queen d7 he might play queen e2, for example, and then rook would be hanging. Knight d7, knight c5 is also an option. Yeah, let me bring more pieces, because the knight is doing absolutely nothing there. Have I prepared something against a3? I guess b3. Yeah, he still goes for it. I guess I just bring... I mean, queen a8 is another option. A8. Maybe I have an idea, knight a4, knight c5. Let's play queen a8, because it's kind of developing the pieces faster, which is good for me. Knight a4, knight b3. Maybe it's my chance to play rook to c8, because he can't take and play rook c1. Yeah, queen b5. Maybe I should have just played knight a4. Okay, rook a7? No, the knight is hanging. Then I have to play knight c5. But of course it's a positional risk. I'm just hoping to block it, but maybe I'm wrong. Because he's gonna have a knight against a bishop. My bishop is very passive. It's a very big strategical risk. Maybe I can take with a rook, and then rook takes, pawn takes, I have knight c8. Wait, there is a checkmate? Mate is not good. Okay, then let me take with a pawn. And here I have to create some counterplay. Maybe rook d8 and knight c8 now. Because the c5 pawn is, well, not that great protected. Maybe I'm starting with a4 to stop knight b3. And maybe rook a5 is a move. Ah no, the knight is hanging. Knight is hanging. Now rook d8 and knight c8. Well, I have to speed up. I have just 30 seconds. I have to be fast. Knight c4. Yeah, the good thing is my... Wait a second, there is knight d3. Completely missed that. But there is gonna be some pin there in the end of the day. That, oops, that might help me. because I'm gonna have queen a7, rook a5. Let's hope that I have some initiative there. This pin is going to be something. Okay, he's not believing it. a7. Ah, no, there is rook takes. Queen takes a6. Yeah, maybe it's not enough. I just hoped that it's gonna work, but he's protecting it very well. He takes on b4, then knight is gonna be pinned many times. Knight d6. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I'm gonna just lose now. But where do you put the queen? There's no square for the queen to go. That's the problem. And I'm threatening knight d7. Knight c4 doesn't work. At least I hoped so. I have to take. Or okay, there are some difficulties here with the back rank. 7. Yeah. Oops, I have 1 second. The clock, just too little. Yeah, I completely misplayed it. I hope there is something. Maybe there was, but I didn't have any time to find it. Oh no, no, d7. 7. Crazy. Come on. Guess there was something, but queen b7 was a surprise. Knight c4. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. Have you seen a win somewhere? Go for king side attack. No, I don't think I could have attacked on the king side. Because the pawn structure is so solid there. Yeah, let's see if I had a chance to win here. Now, by the way, we are gonna have a break because it's round number 4 and there is a 6 minutes break after round number 4. Well, I'm pretty satisfied with my game because I had a very tough tournament. Opponents, very difficult. It is a mistake. What is the best move? Bishop g5. Ah, bishop g5. Yes, so I could have used that. I mean, that's so beautiful. Maybe you have meant that when you said go to the king side. Bishop g5 is going to the king side. If I relocate my bishop on d4, it would be so strong. Yeah, bishop. It's a beautiful move. I wasn't paying attention to that side of the board somehow. Okay, knight d3, knight c8 is a mistake. What was the best move? Rook b8. Rook b8, and if he takes, I have knight xd5. Ah, okay, knight x5. Yeah, that's another beautiful idea. I mean, I would be happy to play such a game in a classical chess, but in Blitz, it's so difficult to find those ideas. I hope that it's gonna work, but according to the engine, I don't really have anything. Now it's completely winning for white. Well, then at least I haven't missed anything. So here the problem is the rook is hanging. I can't play knight d7. And that is why I can't play bishop takes e5 because of queen takes. So I have to take. But then I have these back rank issues, and also rook is coming to b7. Like, right now, queen b7 is not a threat because I'm just taking here. But after rook c8, the rook is hanging there. Computer is suggesting f5, but it's not winning. Queen b7 is a brilliant move. Yeah. I mean, but it's not the only way to win. Knight d7, that is what I was thinking, knight d7 or knight d6. Actually, it's even stronger objectively. I don't know how they make those brilliant moves because it's not the best move objectively. Takes, and now, yeah, that's game over. Okay, do we have any questions? You deserve more followers. Thank you very much. Well, the channel is growing pretty fast, and I'm more than happy about that. I genuinely thank you for all of your support you're giving me throughout this amazing journey. And also, I'm gonna play a lot of chess tournaments this year. I'm gonna try to achieve the Grandmaster title, and hopefully, it's gonna be somehow together. The YouTube grows and my chess grows, and hopefully, of course, your chess grows because I'm trying to be as helpful as possible to bring some useful stuff to you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I guess the round is over. No, the round is still not over. Okay, this position is too boring. I mean, if it's a pawn against a knight, it's always a draw because the knight can trick, can go back and forth. Uh, there is always a way to somehow stop the pawn. If you have a lot of time, it's never a problem. Let's take a look. There is another game. Yeah, this one is more fascinating. Somehow moves are not making. Okay, well, now there is an extra rook. And black is winning. You're a very good player. Thank you very much. Well, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. I guess it's everybody. And sometimes I play really strong. For example, last tournament, this Olympic sport, I have defeated Jeffrey Shonk. That was probably the biggest victory in my entire chess career in terms of the rating of my opponent, because he's like 2700 rated player. And I completely crushed him as black. Not only just like he blundered or something, he didn't blunder. I just completely outplayed him. And so I was very happy about that game. And I'm gonna publish a video with a review of this game on the channel pretty soon. But sometimes I'm just losing against very, very weak players because I'm blundering a lot of things. So yeah, that all depends. Okay, let's make a quick break and I'll be back with a round number 5 and let's continue this incredible tournament. Okay, I'm back here, and I'm not sure, maybe we have still a minute or two before the next round. But in Blitz, but it's Blitz, so you can't think that much. Yeah, that's a problem. I should not think that much. I should just make my moves as you normally do in Blitz. But the problem is, if you have a very good position, you are trying to find the winning move, you are trying to find the best continuation, and so you take your time to calculate the variations. And then the problem is, in the end of the day, you're having time travel, you're finding yourself in a time travel, and you're just blundering something. And even though it might be a perfect position, just lose at all. So you need to maintain this balance, or rather, I have to maintain this balance between trying to calculate something, trying to find a good move, and playing fast. And maybe in my case, I should rather focus on playing fast because my intuition works pretty good. I have noticed it throughout my whole life. But what happens in most of the cases, I somehow don't trust my intuition that much. And so I start to calculate and overthink moves, and then I have time trouble both not only in Blitz but also in classical chess. And instead, I should just, and in the end of the day, I'm spending the time and I'm actually making a mistake. But the moves that intuition has told me I should play in the first like few seconds was absolutely correct. That's the beauty of chess. Somehow it works. So I have to trust my intuition much more. Like for example, Yanni Pomnishi is doing that. He's not really thinking a lot. If his intuition is saying him something, he trusts it and just makes a move. And so I should do the same thing. Memorization. What do you mean by that? Do you mean that it's the way it works? Okay, we have a new round to play. Another 2700 rated. It's so incredible. I have only 1.5 and I'm getting such a strong opponent every time. Okay, let's play the Philidor defense. B7 and castles. The main line, I have 3 minutes, so that should be good. I don't know, let's play 5 just to stop all of the A5 ideas. Although now there is queen E2 and it might be a little bit better version. Okay, rook E1, the main line. I want to play knight B6. Knight B6, knight goes to D7. At least I'm not spending my time here. Oops, had some connection problems. That would be very unfortunate if my internet connection goes down. Last title Tuesday it was a problem and I have lost the last game because of that. Knight C5, now I'm attacking this pawn. Queen H5 is a main line. Let's see if he plays Queen H5. Normally you should know that's the right move to play it. But yeah, maybe if he has good blitz instincts, and apparently he does, he is so high rated, he could just make the move queen to h5 just on the board. Objectively, the position is equal, but it's very, very tricky, especially in a blitz game. If he doesn't play, of course, he has some other options. I don't know, queen f3, something normal, but I'm gonna just take on a4. I like that I already have a minute advantage. I just need to use it wisely. Bishop b3 back. Well, that's a bad move. I mean, that's just losing time. Guess I'm taking it here. And then I'm basically winning the tempo. So I can just remaneuver my knight. I already had a very similar position last time. Knight f5. Yeah, that's always a problem. I forget about it. Knight c5 takes. Queen g4, I'm always taking there. I hope that knight c5 is working. Because knight e5, there is f4. Knight c5 is great because I want to take and play d5. Although, I have to be careful because there is f6, but in general, that's a plan. rook e8 first, maybe. Takes. Yeah, now I want to play bishop e6 and just attack this pawn. So I believe his idea is to take the pawn and claim that he has a better pawn structure, although b3 is just as weak as c5, and then I'm gonna have the d file. And I'm gonna have a bishop against the knight, and I guess it's pretty good bishop. Although, yeah, f4 is a good point, so he wants to play f5. I can play f5 right now. Takes. Queen h4. No, maybe there is queen g4. Okay, some time, but what do I do? f5 is annoying. Maybe I have rook d8 first. Because if he goes somewhere with the queen, then I have bishop e6. Attacking the pawn. Goes queen c2. Hoped I have something else, but maybe I don't. I mean, I like rook d4. Rook is very active there, but my bishop is a problem. Maybe I can play b6 and bishop a6 if he plays f5, or just in general. Because the bishop will be controlling a lot of stuff, and rook d8. The problem is it's pretty slow. Meanwhile, but I mean, if he plays rook d1, I'm okay with him taking, because I'm gonna take it back. Knight goes away, and I'm playing c5. Maybe he wants to play e5 and somehow attack me, but I have queen g5, rook d1. a6, b6 is pretty slow. Bishop d7, rook d8 is also pretty slow. I can play queen. He has knight e2. No, here the pawn is hanging, so I have queen to e5 to stop the move e5. I have to speed up because my time advantage is pretty much gone. At some point I have the move c4, but I really want to finish my development because those pieces are not participating. Maybe bishop d7 and rook e8. Because now the e4 pawn is kind of a weakness. Yeah, let's do it. It takes, I'm still taking with a pawn. Maybe c5 and bishop c6, and I really want to finish my development. b6 would be too slow. No, now the bishop is hanging. Very bad. Do I have takes, rook e8, rook d2, and I don't see a good follow-up. That's very unfortunate, because if I have to take on d1, then my bishop is also hanging. Yeah, bishop d7 wasn't the right move. Okay, I guess I have to take, play bishop e8, and maybe f6 and bishop f7. But yeah, d file is important. My rook on a8 is not participating. c3. 6. Yeah, I like the fact that I have much more time. Maybe I have bishop h5 as a tempo. Because if he has to play g4, it's gonna weaken his king a lot. Queen g3 might be on my agenda, and otherwise queen d4. I like queen d4. Maybe I should have played rook e8 first, so yeah, rook e8 first was stronger. Okay, now I can play rook e8. Now, no, rook d1 is not possible. Okay, bishop f7. No, my queen is hanging. d3 is kind of a threat. Let me take, because I want to take on e4. Bishop d5 or c4, check. How do I make any progress? Yeah, okay, it's time to exchange. My bishop is thrown, but... Well, I can take on g2 and protect the g7 pawn. I just don't need to plunder a checkmate somehow. Now he has... Oops. No, there is no check. Knight f7 is not a move. Now I can just push something. h7. Two. Let me just take it. I hate the knights. Yeah, now it should be fine. 25 seconds. Wow, finally, hopefully I'm winning here. I just don't need to blunder stalemate somehow, but I just have too many queens, too many stuff. Let me take his rook somehow. Oh no. Finally. Yeah, finally a good victory against a very strong opponent, 2700. So let's take a look at it. Hello. Sacrifice the king. Can we play this here? Well, yeah, now I'm playing a tournament, so it's kind of difficult, but I'm gonna make a stream, I guess, where we are gonna play maybe a tournament together, or I'm gonna just play with you. Definitely. Exchange, push pawn. Yeah, it worked. This time it worked really well. Feel free to share your thoughts about this game. Here it was equal. Rook d1 was a great move. What about this position? Because I was curious whether... Oops. Sorry for that. And let me not miss the next round. Okay. The next round is already on. I don't have any time to review the game. Maybe after this round. Another very strong opponent from India. Suddenly there are so many strong Indian guys. e5. Okay. Takes... Yeah, my normal plan is b3 is now probably not possible, so I have to play c4, knight c3, and then maybe... Yeah, knight c3, why not? And now b3 is hopefully working. 2. Although it's a pretty good transposition somehow for him, feels like. Doesn't make any sense to play that. Not really. a3 b4. Should be an idea. Yeah, but there is knight a6. Then the pawn is weak. b5. Knight goes back. Let's try it. There is also knight b3. Rook d1. Wait, knight d3, I'm missing everything. But knight d3 I'm not that worried about actually, because I have c5. Okay, he can still take. Maybe bishop takes or rook takes, because he wants to take the pawn there. And knight a4. He wants to go back. Probably it's better for me to take the bishop so that the bishop is no longer under attack. And now I need to come up with a clever move. So knight a4. If he goes knight d3 back, rook d1. is actually a threat. I mean, queen c4 was another alternative, but I wanted to attack this pawn too. Maybe it's not a big deal for him. He has knight d7. Actually, my pawn is pretty weak there on c5. Yeah, probably it's nothing. d1. And now queen to c4. Maybe queen c2 was a little bit better. Yeah, because now the rook is under attack. Although the e5 pawn is hanging. I can't take with a bishop, but hopefully I can take... I mean with a knight, but hopefully I can take with a bishop. Ah, no, I can't. Because so many pieces are hanging. Yeah, queen c4 was a mistake. c2 would have been much better. Knight takes... I said it's not possible because of queen. Bishop f1 takes, queen takes. No, I don't have anything there. That means I have to go back to c2. That's very unfortunate because I'm just losing time. And yeah, that's just bad. Maybe even knight b4 is now coming. Queen e2. Still attacking this pawn. Yeah, queen c2 was so much better. I want to relocate my bishop somehow. Either here. Or knight d7, maybe bishop h3. But that's nothing. Ah, okay, he's going this way. But then bishop f1 makes even more sense. Because now this diagonal is kind of weak. I mean, he's kind of saying that my pieces are now useless. And that might be true. Should I exchange? Oops. What was that? Yeah, let me exchange. Because at least I'm gonna have some active pieces. Knight d7. In b2, probably. Oh no, my pawn is weak. My pawn is hanging. No, knight d6 was wrong. Yeah, somehow this game doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. Everything falls apart. Now he has two bishops and two extra pawns. Pretty much don't have any initiative. Because a checkmate is coming. Maybe I can take... Yeah, now I can't. Knight e1 is coming, and that's basically a checkmate. My bishop is hanging. Ah no, there is bishop h3. Yeah, it's checkmate anyway. Yeah, this game was too bad. Too bad. I guess starting from the opening, it just crushed me. I don't know, those Indian guys, they're impossible to fight. Sometimes I get lucky, but most of the cases they're just so strong. Do you have any questions? What's your favorite opening? My favorite opening is the Philidor defense for black. Yeah, now it's already bad. So I guess from the very beginning, this b4, a3 before, it's just a mistake. Should just play normally rook d1. I felt that it's bad, but somehow still went for it. Actually, knight c5 is not such a big deal because I have bishop a3 there. I don't even need the move a4. Yeah, just rook d1, just play normally. I went crazy here. And now it's already very, very bad for me. Yeah, played it too badly. Okay, let's ask some questions. Let's take a look at the games. Feel free to ask your questions because we have some time here while we are waiting for the next round. Here, Alexander Bortnik, my countryman, is playing as white, and it's not such a big deal. The position is equal. 3 against 3, but of course it's all about activity, about the threats, like always in Blitz. Also, black has just 10 seconds left. King f7, rook c6, knight f5. It feels like if anybody, then white should play for a win, also with this little time. Rook h8. Maybe it's not dangerous, just g3. Yeah, black is very, very solid. Knight on d4 is great. Takes, a5. Yeah, the rook can come to d6, and then basically it's not possible to create any threats. Maybe black wants to play for a win, creating a passer there on the queen side. Knight g6. With the Indian, don't exchange. What do you mean, don't exchange? Do you mean that Indian guys are playing the endgame very good? I guess it's vice versa. I guess they are playing tactically incredibly sharp, incredibly strong. If I survive till the endgame, I normally have very good chances against Indian guys. But that's the main challenge, to survive till the endgame, because they're just crushing, they're creating millions of threats and destroying you. Okay, now it's still equal, but feels like black is, yeah, can potentially get an extra pawn. Also, king e5, yeah, white is very, very active now. f4 maybe? Rook e2 check though. Rook g3. Rook g3 is weird. Yeah, now white is probably winning. King d6, threatening a checkmate. Knight is coming to d5, f6, f7. According to the engine, f6 blunders the whole advantage away. Yeah, probably because now there are a lot of checks. Now black is fine. It's 3 game results. Everything can happen here. Because black has an extra pawn, but white has a very advanced pawn. And in most of the cases in the endgame, it's not about the quantity of the pawns, it's about the quality of the pawns. With the Indian. Yeah, I understood. I'm just trying to understand your point. What do you mean by that? Yeah, very fascinating game here. I guess that's the leaders are playing here. a3 now. Black was winning probably, but now white is sacrificing the knight and it's a dead draw. Of course, they're gonna play another 50 moves, but still a draw. Like with the rook and the knight, it's almost impossible to create any difficulties. With the bishop, it's much more difficult. With the knight, kind of not possible. That's round number 6 now going on. So hopefully, finally, I'm gonna get not such a strong opponent, or at least not an Indian guy. Like, I don't have anything against India. They are just very, very strong in terms of chess. Very tough to compete with. And actually, what's funny is the guy I played in the first round, Sargisan Grant, We made a draw, and now he has 5.5 points out of 6, and he is on the first place. That's amazing. Like, he drew with me and then won all of his games. And I was winning at some point as well. Okay, well, this game is not that fascinating. Do we have any more games? No, that's the last one. We have to wait for it. But it's just even impossible to create any threats. The only way to win is to fork the rook somehow, but if the guy with the rook just keeps the rook away from the king, then it's never possible. Yeah, I could have analyzed one of my previous games, but I guess it's too late for that. At some point there should be a 50 moves rule, because it feels like they are playing for a while now with this setup. Good day, Sven. Welcome on our stream. We are not a lot of people, but hopefully very friendly. Okay, finally 50 move draw. Now we can play the next round. Yeah, maybe another strong opponent. Let's see. No, 2300. Woman Grandmaster. Women are also normally very tricky, trying to go for some aggressive positions or some tactics. At least that's my experience. So I normally try to play positionally against them. Then I have more chances. But following this idea, I probably have chosen the wrong setup, because this opening is not really calm. Maybe I had knight g4 before. Yeah, let's go before. Will I play a video where I explain how to play against Scandinavian defense? Wasn't really thinking about that, but potentially possible. I just don't play e4, that is why it's a little bit more difficult for me to deal with those e4 openings. And obviously I don't play Scandinavian defense. I don't really have any experience with that opening. But potentially I could do that. Okay, so here he has a lot of activity. I mean, she has. So I have to exchange some pieces. It's very similar to the game I had previously, and once again, white is very active. Somehow I'm playing it wrong, probably, because I'm giving too much activity my opponent. Maybe before a5 is just the wrong idea, because it's just helping my opponent. Thank you very much, Sven, for your words. I'm trying to be as helpful as possible, but right now, for me, my opponent is not helpful. He's trying to destroy me. Yeah, now the queen will come. No, just f3. Okay. I have time here to once again play the same queen a8 idea. I somehow need to bring all of my pieces. Knight h5, just d3, never gives me anything. Maybe queen a8, rook b8, or even rook c8. Because queen a2, rook c8, if we exchange, then rook to c1 is not possible, it's not protected, but maybe knight b3 is possible. Somehow this rook on a6 is very misplaced. Maybe I'm just playing queen e2, queen to b7, then rook to a8, and then rook to c8. But meanwhile, she's gonna play rook c6 and rook c1. Maybe I'm gonna have... No, knight b8 is also not possible. Okay, rook c4 immediately. But that one somehow helps me. It's like I'm winning a tempo if I play rook c8 and she exchanges. Maybe she wants to just defend it with the queen. Yeah, probably that's the point. Otherwise, she wants to play queen to c2. Maybe I have bishop d8 and knight b6. Because if I'm gonna exchange all of those pieces, that would be good for me. I like it. Yeah, I feel like rook c4 is still not active enough. Knight b6. c8 is covered. Maybe rook c6, but I can take. Yeah, all I need is just to exchange a few pieces. Then the second knight might come to d7 and it would control a lot of squares because I'm too passive. I don't have enough space for my pieces. And normally if you don't have enough space, then you need to exchange the pieces. It's gonna make your life much simpler. So that is what I'm trying to do here. If she takes, I'm just taking back with the bishop. Okay, rook c6. Now the pawn is hanging, so I have to take. I have some tactics. Knight takes. No, just knight takes back. I mean, pawn takes back. It's not possible. Otherwise, pawn is really hanging. I guess I have to take, but then queen takes. Takes. I mean, I have knight. No, knight d7 is not possible. I'm losing the knight. And bishop b6 is not possible. Maybe. No, queen b7 is also bad because rook c1 and then a5 is hanging. If I take, maybe that's the thing, because maybe this pawn will be weak in the end of the day. Maybe that's my best chance. I mean, it's a double-edged decision. It might be losing, but maybe I have d5 there in the end of the day. I mean, if queen takes, pawn takes, d5. I'm threatening d4 maybe, and then this bishop will be very passive. Now I can also play d5. Finally, normally if this in this type of opening, if you achieve d5 and you're not losing, that should be great. Now I'm achieving a take. I don't have much, so I have to play d4 and then play against this very passive bishop. But knight is coming to c4, that's a problem. So maybe bishop c7. Just protecting everything, blocking the pawn, and then slowly rook d8, knight d8, but rook d8 I don't like, bishop h4. Maybe rook b8. Queen a6 is also good to control this diagonal. The knight is going that way, but then I can play knight e8, knight d6 maybe. Maybe queen a6 first, knight c5, queen e2. Let's try it out, because my position is pretty solid. I just need to make a luft for my king. I have a chance, but I want to bring my queen, because otherwise his queen is coming. Maybe she wants just to play queen c2 and exchange, but I believe that position should be fine for me. Send game. Rook goes to c8. The bishop is protecting everything. Important for me is not to allow this bishop to be activated somehow. And I have a protected passer. That's normally a very, very good thing, and it's very good protected. I mean, f4 doesn't seem like a strong thing. Maybe now, but e4 is hanging. Bishop d6. Bishop d6 allows f4 maybe. Let's bring the king for now. Or maybe knight e8 and f6. Because, no. Then bishop g3. e4 is another idea. d6. Takes. And now f4. Yeah, bishop g3 is coming. Yeah, I shouldn't have moved the knight away from there. Yeah, now I'm in trouble probably. 6. Oh no, knight b5 was there. Six. D5. Oh no, the rook is... Wait, what? The rook was hanging the whole time there. I just trusted my opponent, like she played rook c4 and I thought, okay, then it must be good, but I haven't seen that it's hanging. Oh no, shouldn't talk too much. Maybe I'm still winning because I have this pawn. If the knight is not in time. Yeah, but the knight is in time. 2. Yeah, the knight is in time. Okay, what is this endgame? I mean, I don't have any choice. I have to take. King d3, king c1, king d4. My king is active, so I shouldn't be losing. Come on, I had such a winning position. That's a horrible game. Never play like that. That's a consequence of me talking too much. I guess I have to play. She's doing something weird. Ah, okay, she wants to make a draw like that. H5 is very risky. King f5 takes, king e6. Whatever, let's try it. Because otherwise it's an immediate draw. Now I'm winning this pawn, but it's still a draw. Yeah. Oh no, I should have played king to f6. I should have tried to trick. And now king f4. I should have played that immediately. Oh no. So crazy. So crazy. It's my move. Okay. Yeah, it's never possible. But this rook on c4, I was so shocked that it's hanging. And then I took it, and then I forgot that there is knight e5 forks. That's the problem when you're fighting against a knight. There is always a fork that you miss. Should have just escaped with the rook somehow. Somewhere away. Okay, let's take a look at this game. Let's see how many games there are still playing. Okay. Well, actually, we have like 83, 82% accuracy, so the game shouldn't be that bad. But the end game was hilarious. So bishop a6 is a mistake. What should I play instead? What? Knight takes e4? How does it work? f5? Ah, because the knight has no moves. Yeah, I should try to remember those things. I should try to use it in my games, because I miss those. Now, if the knight goes to d2 or to f4, either way, to g3, either way, f4 is winning the bishop back. I mean, white is still better, but that was my chance. And this position is much worse. I have managed to deal with it somehow. Bishop c7 immediately. I thought that d5 is good. Okay, it's not a big deal. Hello to everybody who are just coming. Welcome to the Journey to Grandmaster, the place where you can improve your chess. In this particular case, you can learn how you should never play in chess. So this position I pretty much liked. I should have just taken it here and then play rook b8. Yeah, that feels good. I mean, still there is a problem with this f4, f6, bishop g3 thing. But yeah, I have some activity here. And instead I played bishop d6, and then we go to this position, which is better. But this one is already a draw. And rook c4 is just come on, I can just take it. So horrible. And it was hanging like for a while. I played king e7, king e6. Ah, no. Once again, I'm missing my game. Already spent 30 seconds. Because of the stream, I don't hear the sound, and so I miss the new game. Takes, I guess e3 you're supposed to play. Yeah, and we have the queen's gambit accepted. G6 is kind of a weird thing to do, but I don't have time to figure it out. I mean, we don't play it normally, right? Maybe it's working. I don't know how to punish it. I don't want him to play b5, so I have to play a4, but it's weakening my b4 square. Yeah, crazy stuff going on today. b6. Now queen on b7 should be good. I mean queen on b3. And then knight e5. Although my pawn is hanging. So maybe I should play bishop e3 first. But now knight e5 there is knight d7. Although, do I have takes on f7 and queen b3? Probably not, just queen e8. And that's not enough. Don't see any follow-up. Okay, then let's just continue the development for now. Although maybe e1 wasn't the bad square. e6. Well, now I like knight e5. And maybe the rook is good here because it's protecting. Ah, knight to c6. I was expecting knight to d7. Now the d4 pawn might be hanging. Queen b3 takes. Rook d1. Queen h4, unfortunately, or queen c5. Yeah, he has some initiative. Yeah. Okay, right now nothing is a threat, but how do I make a useful move? Maybe just bishop a2, making sure that my bishop is safe, and maybe knight is coming to c4 if he doesn't take. If he takes, then my bishop is opened here. Hopefully the rook will protect the e5 pawn, and I have some initiative. Yeah, I like bishop e2 move. Just making sure that the bishop is protected, and I have just 1 minute, so I have to speed up. So I want to play knight c4, I suppose. Yeah, now I want it even more, because it's a move with a tempo. Maybe queen to b4 is the idea, but queen b3. I'm okay to exchange because afterwards this pawn would be so weak. I don't see anything better than queen b3, but I like queen b3. I mean, he can take and play knight d7, but knight d6. Knight a5. Okay, he doesn't take. But what if I take and take on b6? Or take immediately? If I take immediately, he takes the queen and knight d4, so I have to take. Now, hopefully I can do that. Knight c2 is a fork. Yeah, either I'm too tired or too stupid, just blundering stuff. I have seen knight c2, but I thought it's attacking the bishop and the rook, and I completely forgot about... We have just played bishop b3 or something. Okay, maybe I still have some compensation. I have one pawn and a pretty active position. I can play something like before a5 or just a5 to stabilize my knight here, so that the rook is not coming to c8. Yeah, or here just a5. Just in case I have knight c4 with a tempo, and I maybe want to relocate my knight to c5. Gonna be attacking the bishop and the pawn. Oh no, I have 24 seconds. That's the biggest concern. Not even been an exchange down, but maybe I had d5 instead of a5. With an idea to play bishop c5. That was a very cool move. Like always, I have missed it. Although knight takes d5, he has a very powerful bishop there. I don't know. Yeah. Knight c4. d5. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have any time to calculate the variations. Let's try to keep the tension. I have knight c5. Takes. The pawn structure is very, very solid. Yeah, now I don't have it anymore. Maybe d5. Yeah, my bishop on a2 is now very bad. I should have just played knight c5. What? Ah, okay. Takes. Okay, 7. There is knight b6 at some point. Wait, here I have bishop b1. There is now rook b2. b3. h2. Ah no, checkmate, checkmate. I almost did it. Like f4 here, and it seems like everything is fine. Oh no, wait, I can't play f4. Crazy, so there are really some checkmating ideas. If I play knight b6, no, that's lost for me. Yeah, I missed everything. I missed completely everything. And now we are gonna have another break, right? Yeah, it's round number 8. Very unfortunate for me. Because it felt like I'm getting something there. Takes. Yeah, that's just a mistake. So instead, I should just play bishop b3. But still, black is fine here, even a bit better. So somehow I thought I'm winning the tempo, but queen on b4 is so good. The best move was here. Ah, d5. Yeah, d5, and I'm taken on b6. Why have I missed that? Somehow I'm not seeing the tactics today. Let me know in the comments what you think about this beautiful blunder here. Knight c2. How could have I missed the fact that the knight is attacking both of the rooks, not just one of them? Maybe I'm too exhausted with those tough games against tough guys. Yeah, here I guess I should have just played knight c5 takes the... Ah, okay, he can just sacrifice. Yeah, if he can just sacrifice, and then it's clear. Then it's better for him. He has pair of bishops. My hope was to play b4 and I don't know, maybe knight d6 at some point. But the way it happened, unfortunately, this bishop on I should have just played bishop b1. That was the right move. b5 wasn't the right thing to do. That's true. Like, why would I need that? My position is stable, solid. Why would I need to help my opponent? My bishop on a2 is stupid. Here, it's actually good for me. I should have just taken here, bishop d7 and knight b6. And this is almost equal. Slight advantage for black, but the pawn is protected twice, actually. This pawn is hanging, that's the problem. So I have to play knight d5, rook b7, and bishop b6. And then it's good, because this pawn is also coming. I mean, still black is better, but I have some ideas. And I played here with 9 seconds on the clock, rook a7, because I wanted to save more pieces, but I haven't seen this. It actually was all of the best moves, rook to c2, rook to e2. This is completely winning. I thought that somehow my king is safe, but suddenly it's a checkmate. f4 also doesn't help, because now the bishop is hanging. That is why I played g3, just based on my intuition, but there is a checkmate here. Okay. Not such a great thing. Still a lot of players are playing, or maybe it's not updated here. Yeah, games are over. Morning is also over. I don't know, the games are not happening somehow. Let me update it. Oh no, now I lost my tournament. No, here it is. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. So what do we do here? Hello, Justin. Ah, okay. I have missed a lot of comments somehow. Will you do a video about Philidor defense? I have made a video about Philidor defense. It's on the channel. Suppose I did it. Maybe I didn't. I mean, I have played a lot of games in this opening, and I have analyzed it, and they are on the channel. But I'm not sure if I have made a video about theoretical lines on the Philidor. Yeah, saw the rook hanging for 3 moves and was like, what? Yeah, I was very, very surprised with the fact that the rook was hanging. Congrats on that Hikaru match. Yeah, thank you very much. The game with Hikaru was great, indeed, but I wasn't streaming back in the time. That's the secret, because when I'm on streaming, at least yet, I'm playing like 200 or maybe 300 rating points lower, because I guess because of the pressure of the stress. But yeah, that game was special. When did you get the IM title? I got it in 2018 when I was 20 years old, and I started at 6, so after 14 years of learning and playing chess. I recommend you doing shorts. Well, I am doing shorts. I am doing it. Don't we have a tournament yet? No, we don't. Let me update it. Because sometimes you don't... What? Ah, okay. I just saw the button join and I thought I'm not in a tournament. Yeah, I'm doing shorts quite a lot. You can take a look at it in the shorts section of my YouTube channel. Hopefully you're gonna enjoy it. Would you like to play with us? I would like, but currently I'm playing a tournament, so I can't. But maybe I'm gonna make a stream where I'm just playing with you guys, and that would be fun. At least that would be much simpler, much less stressful for me, and hopefully very entertaining for you as well. Okay, so there are no more questions. Hopefully I'm not missing any questions. And we have a new round. Well, another Indian, guys. Even when I'm playing badly, still getting... Maybe against d4 I'm not gonna play d6, because somehow I'm getting bad positions there. Against d4 I'm fine with the Philidor defense, because it just allows me to play so fast. Okay, we have the endgame. It's always very fun. I am a big fan of this endgame. Knight f3 is one of the lines here, but now I have bishop d6, king e7, knight e5 is a threat, so I'm playing c6. Castles, and I'm not sure whether I have... No, here I don't have b5 because of knight takes, pawn takes, and bishop d5. And bishop f7 is a threat, so maybe I play rook d8. Maybe not, maybe bishop c7, knight d7. Yeah, maybe bishop c7, knight d7, and then b5. Knight d2, so the knight is coming. First of all, I can play b5 and then start to think. Now a5 doesn't give me much, because the knight is gone from c3. Yeah, seems like he knows a lot about this opening. So my question is, why can't I play h6? Bishop h4, g5, bishop g3, takes. I have there... Well, let's start. If he takes, I have king takes. Let's start with h6 and let's see what happens. I'm already a minute down. Okay, he takes, but now hopefully I can take with a king. Knight g3, hopefully I can just play, because knight h5 is kind of a threat, at least feels annoying, but I was hoping I can play g6 and solve all of my problems. I don't see why it's not working. Okay. a4, I guess just a6. Now my knight is coming to c5, that's my top priority. Everything is protected. I really like this position. I have two bishops, they are controlling everything. Maybe I play bishop b6 and attack the pawn, but there is rook d2. Yeah, just knight c5, because bishop c2, I also have bishop e6. That's why he's going to a2. I don't want to play h5 because h4 and knight g5, although maybe I have h5 and bishop g4. Because I have to activate my bishop somehow. Maybe rook a4, attacking this guy on e4. And I want just to play bishop somewhere and rook a8, doubling my rooks there. So probably bishop g4. Because now, I mean, he might play b4 at some point. That might be annoying, but still rook a8. Yeah, b4, rook a8, maybe king takes. I mean, bishop takes f7. But I mean, I'm gonna have two bishops and a huge initiative. And at least I'm gonna back the f2 pawn. I'm gonna get it back. I don't want to go away with my knight, because then bishop b3 is very good for him. Okay, he can just protect now. That is something I missed. Rook d2 or rook e2, rook d2. But I have bishop e6, attacking it once again. And I'm okay with exchanging it, because then the a1 is still very weak. Bishop e6. Because otherwise he has still a very powerful bishop. I like my king on f6 because there are no checks. This g6 pawn is very important. Okay, I just need to be fast, not to get down to seconds. But my position feels promising here. Okay, he takes. I guess I'm taking with the bishop to leave both rooks, because his king is weaker. And now bishop c4, I guess. I mean, that looks scary. That looks really scary. C3 is also weak. Maybe rook b2 is a good move, but yeah, maybe it's working. Okay, rook d7. Isn't that a checkmate by any chance? Maybe not. But what if I just play bishop to d5 here? Ah, okay, there is rook d6. Rook d6 is annoying. In goes away, but then bishop takes c3. I mean, it's so close to checkmate. Let me try it. Okay, I have 20 seconds. I really have to speed up. I also have bishop e6 just to protect the pawn. Let me play that. Because I don't want this knight on a5. Then my bishop would be under attack. c6 pawn I don't mind. The rook would be passive there, and I'm gonna continue with my checkmating ideas. Also, the rook might come to c4, by the way, at some point and destroy all of those pawns. How do you defend? Rook e3, at least I have rook c4 with a double attack. Bishop takes. Those knights are useless, and hopefully they are not gonna be active for the rest of the game, because otherwise it might be very tricky, but I really hope that the knights, I mean, no sacrifices are working or something. Yeah, and I really have to play fast. Bishop c3 is a threat now. Rook e3, even b4 is interesting, just to exchange those pawns, just to get to the king. But yeah, I guess it's not necessary. Rook c4. Just attacking everything. I mean, at least winning a pawn. If rook takes and bishop takes c3, and I think that's just too much to handle for him. Okay, now just rook takes. Ah, okay. I can just take rook c4. Yeah, that was my problem when the knight is getting active. But okay, now I'm a pawn up, still two active rooks. You play rook a2. Here everything is solid. f4, I still just take it. Okay. It's annoying. 5, 4, bishop g4, check. I don't know, I'm trying to create threats, but no, maybe rook a4 was good. Rook a4 was good. That was basically a checkmate there. When g1 is doing not much. Maybe still rook a4 is a huge threat now. Because his knight is doing nothing there. Completely nothing. Bishop c4. How do you defend against checkmate? Yeah, he just resigned. Well, that was a great game. I'm finally back with a good game. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the analysis. Probably the comments don't work again for me. Go checkmate. Yeah, I did went for a checkmate. Rook g1 was not good, but otherwise I guess I played a good game. So b5. Why is it in inaccuracy? Just h6 immediately. Ah, okay, maybe because bishop is going to d3. And normally just refute those moves. a6, great. Yeah, I mean that's a typical game in this Philidor endgame. That is why I like it so much. What was the best move? Knight to d3. Wow, that's incredible. And if rook goes somewhere, knight to f4. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to allow bishop b3, but somehow it's winning. Yeah, it's rather this computer line. But bishop e6 is still strong. It's -2, and yeah, now it's -3 and a very clear position. So that is great. Here king to g7 was even stronger. I was thinking about it, but somehow I thought that I don't want to allow knight e5, and then... Yeah, but here the rook is hanging, okay. And it's clear. Yeah, but I guess I played still pretty well. Knight b3 was a surprise. I forgot that my bishop is pinned. But still just an extra pawn, a very, very huge initiative here. h5 is also good, bishop g4. Yeah, here just rook to a4 was much better, because I was expecting the king to go here, and then I was going to play rook g1, although there is a checkmate in one, so king b2 is the only move. And then rook a4 should have been played. But still, completely winning, I'm not missing a lot, and here checkmate is unstoppable. Okay, great game. Great game. Let's prepare for the last two. Here black is winning. Yeah, black won. By the way, that's two of my opponents playing against each other. So I played against very, very tough guys here. Okay. So we have one. Let's move on. We have a Chinese guy. Also very strong. And another Philidor defense. Okay. Let's play another endgame. Take on e5. No, he's not gonna take. Yeah, because endgame, I feel like once the queens are off the board, I'm immediately like 100 points stronger. Because with the queens, there are so tactics, and normally I like tactics, I mean, in a classical game, but in a blitz, somehow I'm not in time to calculate everything. Okay, he's allowing me to play b5. It's normally good, and there is also knight. Maybe I should just play knight h5. Because after b5, there is gonna be d5. So it's a double-edged decision. Yeah, let's just play knight h5, because takes, knight e5, just knight takes e5. I guess it's still a theoretical line, I remember something like that. Wish me luck in this game, because I really want to finish this tournament well. Today's tournament is very tough. There are so many strong players taking part. Okay, takes. And I'm not sure whether I should go to f4 or just go back to f6. I guess the theoretical line is to go back to f6, as I have learned many years ago, but at some point you can go to f4. And now you can't. And he's making this choice for me. But now it's even better for me, because he's gonna be weaker there. I mean, some takes, knight e5, bishop g4. Not much, but it's possible. I mean, this bishop on e7 was basically the most passive piece, and now it's gone, so it should be good for me. This one I can take, knight takes, bishop takes, knight f6. I mean, the d6 pawn is weak, but I guess I can handle that. Because also bishop g4 comes in the end. Ah, okay, just bishop takes, and now if knight takes, and queen suddenly is under attack. Okay, but I can just play knight c5. Still bishop is coming. So he has to deal with it somehow right now. Queen d2, g4. Maybe it's not such a big deal, just king d2, but... okay. Yeah, it would be much better for me to play bishop g4 and then knight e6, threatening knight d4. Now I can do that. Maybe I should have played a5 first. I have also knight a6, knight c7 option. Maybe I do that because it's a move with a tempo. And then I'm attacking. Like, I have a choice here between bishop g4, but then I almost never have knight c7 idea because the pawn would be hanging. But I have rook c8 there. We might go to d3. No, that's not much. Let me play knight c7 first and try to put some pressure here in the center. a5 might be an idea at some point. If the rook goes away, then takes, rook a3, somehow attacking here. Thank you very much for good luck. So do I take or do I start with a5? I guess I want to take everything. Because on the end of the day, I'm gonna have a bishop against the rook and sorry, bishop against the knight and the c file. Okay, he's just taken. Maybe I should have taken with another knight because I would have the move f5. And somehow didn't expect that. Although g6, bishop f5, I still like it. Just need to activate all of my pieces. I mean, now d6 pawn is never a weakness. Okay, knight. Yeah, this knight on f6 is misplaced. I play knight d7, knight b6, and a5, a4 might come. Maybe just knight h5, knight g7, knight f5, or f5. Yeah, f5. But I still like the point that d6 is not a problem anymore. I mean, once he plays something like c4, c5, that might be an issue. Wait, f4, I missed that. I somehow thought it's too risky for him to play something like that, but maybe it's not. Because my development, maybe I should have just developed it instead. Or maybe played knight e8, because knight would be great there. I have f6. Yeah, let's just play f6. Make sure that everything is solid. Okay, time to speed up. I don't want to once again be in trouble because of time. Just bishop d7, just develop everything quickly and that should be fine. No real weaknesses. It's knight on h4. Oh, wait a second, I have to be careful with knight takes g6 there. It takes. So far, so good. Yes, bishop d7 still works. Knight e4. Yeah, he's active. Have to speed up. How do I do that? Maybe knight g7, knight f5. Because knight on h5 is not doing anything. Or maybe knight f4 was a move. Knight f4 because... No, pawn takes maybe. And then f4 or e4. e4 I don't like because then my bishop would be stupid. But f4, knight goes back. Oh no, I don't have any time. Okay. Now c5 is coming. Not yet. Okay, now f4. Now it's time for that. Maybe not, because I somehow weakened my own pawn here. f5. Very low on time. Takes. He actually can't take with a queen. Yeah, somehow there are a lot of weaknesses. Do I have e4? No. Okay, let's take 9 seconds. Queen takes f6. Just want to attack the king somehow. Bishop. Yeah, there are so many weaknesses. I only have 5 seconds. Yeah, the same problem again. Maybe bishop d7 was better. How do I create threats? h6, king h7. Now it's pinned. Yeah, I don't have any time. Again. Takes. There is knight f5, unfortunately, but still, bishop against knight is good. Maybe the knight will be trapped there. I quite like it. Takes. D6. 5. 4. Now I'm attacking g4. Or just taking b5. And now I'm winning the knight. Yeah, this one is winning. One is winning. g5, king takes h2, g6. Just put the bishop on c4, not to blunder it. And he still needs like 1000 tempi to get to there. And meanwhile, I can bring my king over and then just... Okay, let's play b5 and a5. Yeah, that's easy. Okay, perfect. I have how many points? 5 or 6? 5, I guess 5 out of 10. Do we have any questions? Let's analyze the game. I need a weapon against Italian game. What would you recommend? Against Italian game, so you're playing... Oops. You're playing as black. I don't want to miss the last round. Yeah, but we should have, well, just 5 games left. Okay, let's analyze this game quickly. So Italian game, you're playing as black, right? This position is equal, and now it's better for me, but instead of g6, I should have played bishop g4. Yeah, makes sense. Maybe even bishop h5, but I mean, he can still play knight h4. What's the difference? What's happening with the internet or with the chess.com? How it's reloading again and again. Yeah, I guess the last round is about to start. So let me quickly go through it. So I'm better here, but yeah, now I'm not. I'm just much worse, but somehow I found a way to attack. How did the first 2 hours went? Well, I played very good. The first round I made a draw against Hrant Sargsyan, who is fighting against the first place now, I guess. Okay, have a new round. And then I played a few good games, but at some point it went to a wrong direction. And I also blundered a lot of stuff, but in general I'm pretty satisfied. It's already a little bit simpler for me than last time. Let me play faster this time. So the last round, yeah, round 11, I have the King's Indian defense. Queen a5, yeah, knight d2, queen h5, h4. We had this line, I guess, in the titled Tuesday last time. h4 is important to stop this bishop from going to h3. Now bishop g4, I play rook e1. Yeah, that is exactly what happened last time. Somehow I was winning, but I also missed some things there. Was it knight h2 here? And then bishop f3? But he has knight g4, bishop f3, 5. Because he's kind of threatening g5, right? So if I want to play knight h2, it should be now. Maybe he can still play... Actually, g5 wasn't a threat, because the pawn was protected. No, should have just continued the development. But maybe I have e4. I'm gonna have this weakness. Maybe it's not a big deal. Main thing is I get to the endgame. And I'm active. Like I said, for me it's so important to get to the endgame. And I'm immediately much stronger. Yeah, it's not the endgame I wanted. Now the knight is coming to f4. Have missed that. Do I have e5? Probably not, because takes. Bishop f3. Yeah, just queen somewhere. Yeah, I have to take. I have to take here, but now the knight is coming. No, 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 no. I misplayed it. It was good. H6 shouldn't be a good move, but somehow now I have to play maybe bishop f3. Yeah, bishop f3 feels good. No, no, no. I've completely misplayed it. Now the knight is coming. Everything is going the wrong way. It's not the endgame I wanted to get. Do I have any counterplay? Knight g4. Can that be a move? Knight takes d4 is a problem. Maybe rook c1. Ah, knight d3. No, 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 no. Everything going the wrong way. Bishop takes. And knight takes. And now I am a pawn down. And probably I have to take. Or do I have king to h1? Yeah, if I have that, then let's try it, because I want to keep my two bishops. At least some kind of a compensation. Still a very, very difficult position. No, h5, yeah, h5. Although I have rook g1. Maybe that's something. Maybe it's some initiative. I need to be active, otherwise I'm just a pawn down without any compensation. Knight might come to c4. Yeah, let's put the rook here. d5. Okay, but now the pawn on d6 is a weakness. I feel like I'm starting to get something. Knight is 3. Maybe I want to take and play knight f5. Although, still not much. I mean, my bishop on d1 is so passive. Probably bishop takes, pawn takes, and knight d5 is kind of a draw. Well, now h4 is hanging. I kind of have to take and play knight f5. But I mean, the knight... Ah, okay, maybe he has d5. Well, he's not playing that. Then I have bishop f3, and now d5 is not possible. I mean, I understand that bishop is protecting everything, but rook g5, does it make any sense? Or maybe just take and play rook c1. Although here d3, d2, well, it's covered. And I'm coming to c7, although there is d5. Like, I should be careful with that, but I have to be active. Knight h6 might be a move at some point, because f7 is hanging. g7. Yeah, I guess firstly just rook c7. d5, takes, takes, takes. I still have a chance to come back with my bishop. Let's try it out. Ah, knight h3. There is a checkmate threat. Haven't expected that. Probably I should have played something else. Yeah, now I'm losing everything. Now bishop takes. It went completely the wrong direction. Maybe I'm gonna get some pawns. I also have 11 seconds, just too little. 5. Three. b5. Ah, no. The bishop is protecting everything. Yeah, he's just taking the pawn on b3. Maybe I should have protected it somehow. Yeah, don't have anything. I don't have anything at all. Maybe here, if he takes, I maybe have rook h8, something. Ah, no, no, it's not. Now it's, no. That was wrong. Should have given the checks somehow. That was bad. Yeah, that was somehow a chance, but didn't work out. Now the pawn is just going forward, and I can't do anything about it. That's interesting there with this rook g8. Yeah, but oops, I can take. Wait a second. Can take the. Maybe I could have just taken. No. No, there was rook b4. Now it's not that simple. You don't have any pawns. Rook against rook and two pieces. I mean, I assume it should be winning, but now I suddenly have a chance. Oops. But I only have 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't think I have realistic chances to save this game because bishop a5. Yeah, because that was the point. Because I certainly am gonna blunder something. My rook should have been always on the light square, and then it was something. But wanted to give a few checks. Okay. Not the best ending of the tournament. Not the best ending of the tournament. Yeah, so Italian game, I'm not sure. What can you do as black? I guess you can't avoid it. And if it happens, yeah, I'm not a big expert there. Can't analyze the game somehow. Yeah, now it's going. So, yeah, I hate Italian game. It's so symmetrical, it's so boring. So hard to give you a good advice. Maybe you can play a Petrov defense, e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, and then it might work. Okay, so h6. What am I supposed to play? It's better for knight h2 is actually a good move. Okay, g5. Now I'm supposed just to take it. Okay. And now e4. Exactly. I have thought about it for a second, but somehow I thought that it's dangerous for me to open up the H file, but apparently it's not. Knight g4, bishop g4, and f3. And then I also have king f2 and rook h1. Yeah, okay, so I need to finally remember it. Take, and then e4, because e4 now he just takes and he has a huge advantage. So that is the key moment in the game. Afterwards, I have just suffered for basically the whole game. At some point, I felt like I'm getting something maybe here. No, still +2. Here, knight d5, like I said. Knight d5 was a good chance to fight for a draw because it's opposite colors bishops. in the end of the day. Or takes is not that great for some reason. E3. Yeah, I completely missed this idea with knight h3, and that is of course the best move. And now it's just a checkmate. I'm curious about this final position, because I have never had it in my life. 2 pieces and a rook against the rook. And also this one. Yeah, that's nothing. G6. Okay, so then I have taken here. This computer shows like plus 3.5, so that should be winning. Although 3.5, yeah, now it's completely winning. So apparently here there is a big difference. No, there is not. Okay. Okay, I guess you just need to give Stockfish a little bit of time, and then he shows that it's completely winning. What's your favorite opponent as white and black? My favorite opponent as white is, I don't know, King Xinjiang, I guess. King Xinjiang defense, and I'm playing as white against it. And for black, the Philidor defense. Okay, so the tournament is over. Let's see. So actually, Sergei Hrant has got the first place. That's incredible. I have played against him in the first round. We made a draw. And he won the tournament with 9 points out of 11. That's something spectacular. And I'm, yeah, unfortunately, only place 39, but I'm actually pretty fine with my game. I mean, the last game was horrible, but other than that, it was pretty much fine. So thank you very much for being with me here. I hope to see you again. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it instructive in terms of not blundering your pieces, at least at some point. And yeah, see you on the next stream, or maybe in some videos or in the shorts. Either way, I hope you enjoy my content. I hope it helps you to improve in chess. And bye bye. Thank you very much for watching, for being with me here.